Hey everyone, it's Scott from SANspotter.com again, and I'm about to ignite a massive Boeing versus Airbus war. Well, causing a ruckus isn't my intention here, but we all know how this usually goes. Anyway, I figured it was time that I addressed one of the most common questions people have been asking me. Which is better, the Airbus A350 or the Boeing 787? The purpose of this comparison is to let you know my opinion about which is better from a passenger's perspective. Considering that I never made it past high school algebra, I'm the last guy on Earth to be telling you technical stuff such as which of these two aircraft has the better dispatch reliability. It's the 787, by the way, coming in at 93.3% versus 99.1% for the Airbus. But that's not the point of this video. Instead, given the fact that I've been on 6 A350s and 14 787s so far, I feel I'm extremely qualified to tell you which one is less likely to have you feeling like death after a long 14-hour flight. Which aircraft is less likely to dry out your sinuses? Which one offers the better toilet experience? The answer to these questions, and more, is coming up. If you've reached this point in the video and you haven't yet been filled with enough rage to engage in a Boeing versus Airbus argument with a complete stranger from the other side of the planet down in the comment section below, congratulations. Why? Well, it takes real strength to resist an urge like that. However, there's still plenty of time to get triggered. Hang in there. So yeah, there really isn't all that much difference between the A350 and the 787 when it comes to the boarding process. Airliners are airliners, and it's pretty much the same experience no matter what type of aircraft it is. Unless, of course, it's a CRJ-200, but otherwise, stepping onto an airplane is stepping onto an airplane. There is a slight difference though, and that'll be clear as soon as you arrive at your seat and stow your carry-on bag in the overhead bin. I don't know, but I think I prefer the A350 overhead bins. They seem larger and slightly more accessible to me, and I've noticed that I don't have to reach as much as I do on a 787 when trying to retrieve my bag after a flight. Cue the triggered comments in 3, 2, 1. Is there anything that really needs to be said about the windows in this A350 versus 787 comparison? Actually, I've got quite a lot to say, but telling you my honest feelings would get this video demonetized even before it goes live. For those that don't know, both the A350 and 787s have very large windows. As a matter of fact, it's almost as if the designers approached the problem by saying, whatever we do, we just can't make them as bad as the CRJ-200 windows. So, huge props to both Airbus and Boeing for aligning with my hatred of the CRJ. But Boeing couldn't resist the urge to use an electronically controlled dimming system, which, when I first heard of it, sounded like next-level technology. Unfortunately, as most of us know, it sucks. It sucks bad. Not only do these windows have a permanent brown tint to them, the level of tint can be controlled by the cabin crew. This is especially bad news for aviation photographers such as Dose of Aviation. I can only imagine the profanity coming out of that man's mouth when they dim the windows on him in the middle of an intense photo sesh. So yeah, I guess that means Airbus wins again. Can't you just feel the rage burning inside of you? Speaking of winners, how awesome are the SANspotter patrons? Aaron Slater, Flyin Wyland, and all of these people have got SANspotter merch coming to them soon. I'm working on it, and my plan is to get it in their hands sometime in July. The only question is, will they be brave enough to flaunt it in public? One of the most exciting things about the launch of both the A350 and 787 was the fact that they were designed from the ground up to offer a better climate control system compared to previous generation aircraft. In other words, both offer higher levels of cabin humidity with less negative effects of pressurization. Remember what I told you earlier about my inability to proceed beyond high school math? I'd love to inject some intelligent facts and figures to support what I'm saying, but unfortunately, I'm dumb. Therefore, the best way that I can tell you whether or not these enhancements work is to tell you this. The amount of dried snot that comes out of my head after a long flight on an A350 or a 787 is far less than any other aircraft types that I've flown. I don't know why, but the 777 wreaks havoc on my sinuses on long flights. Even more than the CRJ200, which is shocking, I know. Anyway, the higher humidity and lower pressure levels absolutely do make a difference on both aircraft. Okay, hypothetical question time. Let's say, just for kicks, that you're somewhere deep in Thailand, you're headed to the airport to catch a long 15-hour flight home, and you pass by the most irresistible-looking milk and raw fish street food vendor that you've ever seen. You, being as horrifically lactose intolerant as you are, proceed to gorge yourself silly on 2 fistfuls of the most delicious, creamy, and raw, unrefrigerated delicacies that you've ever ingested. Now, which airplane lavatory would you prefer to spend the aftermath in? The A350 or the 787? Thankfully for you, I don't have such an experience to describe to you in excruciatingly vivid detail. However, I have spent time in both lavatories doing completely normal things, and there's no clear winner here. I'd like to say that the A350 is generally a quieter airplane overall, which makes using the loo a gentle and pleasing experience. But I do need to be careful because I'm seriously worried about being called an anti-American Boeing hater at this point. Being called out for something is actually a really great segue into this next little bit of information. You see, it turns out that one of my patrons, Kaz, whose YouTube channel name is Dr. AvGeek, by the way, published a video recently which SANspotter fans need to see. You'll understand why very quickly, and spoiler alert, I even make a cameo appearance in it. Anyway, do go check out that video, subscribe to his channel, and let's get him over 10,000 subscribers ASAP. Hello? Is anyone still there? I've got a strong suspicion that 99% of the people who clicked off this video fell into 2 camps. Those who clicked off right away, in anger, after I gave the A350 the first win, and the second group, those who couldn't resist a heated Airbus versus Boeing debate and are down in the comment section right now hurling insults at one another. Oh, wait, there's gotta be at least a fraction of the overall viewership who are smashing the like button right now for my CRJ comments. There's just gotta be. Anyway, the 3 of you still watching are probably dying to know if I'm going to declare a winner in this A350 versus 787 comparison. And you know what? I'm going to declare the A350 the winner, but not by as large as a margin as you may have expected. Yeah, I really don't like the 787 windows. As a matter of fact, I despise them. That being said, it is a beautiful airplane and a very nice way to fly around the world in any class. Given the choice of an A350 or a 787 on any particular route, it would come down to the airline and the seat. I wouldn't choose one or the other, all things being equal, but I would almost certainly choose an A350 or 787 over an older aircraft type, like, say, the CRJ200. You seriously didn't think I'd end this without taking one final jab at the jungle jet, did ya? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.